Hi guys, so today I'm here with Harry, one half of Tabletop Banter, and we're playing a game of Frostgrave. We're playing Dark Alchemy, which is an expansion, a co-op expansion for Frostgrave. Now, I've reversed my wizard back to a level 0 wizard, because that's basically how the campaign's meant to be played. It's supposed to be a sort of introduction, which is fantastic, because we're both very new to the game. We've only played a couple of games between us. We're going to take you through the scenario, and then we're going to do a bit of narrative, and then we'll go straight into the game. Right, so the scenario, the first scenario, if you haven't seen my other video, I'll explain it again. Basically, you're going into a warehouse. The warehouse has had a catastrophe whereby it's all started collapsing and that sort of thing. And your warband gets separated from some of its members, so you end up with a smaller warband than normal. And those guys, along with your wizard, are trying to get out. And there's several obstacles along the way. You're trying to grab some treasure and make your way out. And that's basically it. There's a few differences in the way that it works. All of the treasure's smaller. The XP that you get is generally smaller. You're not encumbered by carrying any of the treasure. You can carry as much as you like, so you can just grab up all of the stuff you see and just leg it towards where you're trying to get to. And that is basically the scenario.
So as this campaign runs through 3 games, and we're planning on doing a heck of a lot more after that, we're sort of putting a bit of a story onto our warbands and things. So we've got a few names and things, and we want a bit of a story behind why the warehouse is collapsing. So basically the premise of this is that in the Frozen City there's this dark artifact that was lost in this warehouse, which is some sort of big magical factory making books and potions and whatever. And your wizard has heard about it. Timothy
found a journal, some old journal that had been pillaged from the city at some point.
Yes.
And he was reading it in a library or somewhere. And Quinn, who is Harry's wizard,
is my wizard. He sort of found out about that as well, and he said, we should team up. We should go after this, and we should destroy it because it's a dark, evil power that a lot of people have been talking about and it's been written in these journals. So each wizard sort of gathered together two men each, two of their closest friends, and basically gone into the Frozen City to destroy this. But whilst they were in the warehouse, they thought it might be.
Ferreting around,
rummaging around for books and such, and there's this huge sort of clash, and the warehouse just sort of shaking and collapsing around them. Yeah. And they're basically rushing to get out. Yeah, roof
was falling in, all that sort of stuff. Where this battle takes place is literally straight after all that's happened. So there's clouds of dust. You can only see 16 inches on the table.
Yes.
All that sort of stuff. We're dazed, confused, maybe getting up off the floor, and we start on one side and we're basically trying to dash our way through this warehouse to get to some doors on the other side.
Yes.
And that is basically it. So I guess we'll take you through how the table's set up, where we'll go through all the different aspects and whatnot, take you through our warbands, and then crack on with the game.
Can't wait.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is the table. The general idea is that we're trying to get from down here in the centre through either that door there or that door over there. We've got 6 pieces of treasure scattered around the place, which we're trying to get. We're going to try and pick up those treasure, get them out of the doors. We've got the alchemical Monstrosity down here in the centre. He's going to be chasing us around, and because there's 2 of us, we've also got 2 rats that have come through that rat hole there, and we're going to get 1 new rat each turn as well. So we're going to be overrun. That is the basics of the table.
Right, so this is my mini warband. We've got the wizard Quinn, and then we have a ranger, so he's got a bow and a hand weapon, and then we have a man-at-arms.
Right, for my warband we've got Tim Bizzledorn. He's got a staff and a crossbow on his back. We've got a treasure hunter here. He can move slightly faster, and we've got a bowman. Okay, so now we're going to roll for initiative. The green dice is mine, and the black one is Harry. So, I've rolled less than 8, which means the Monstrosity is going before me, and Harry's going first.
Right, so first movement, I'm not going to be casting any spells. I'm just going to be moving him straight through. Are we counting this as going over?
Yes, so try and go around it if you can.
Yeah, I'll probably pop around that. I'm going to go out there. He's using all of their movements. There. So, yeah. Another inch. About there. That is my activation.
Right, so in the shadow of the bridge we've got the alchemical monstrosity, and we've rolled already. He's moving towards the door on the right, so we'll just move in now.
8 inches. Yes.
7.5, yeah.
Over here.
Yeah. That puts him over there. Right, so Wizard Timothy, it's his turn. He's going to be moving 6 inches, which will be
Not moving the terrain.
there to there, and moving the terrain, yeah. And the treasure hunter is going to follow him. 3, puts him there, and so is the bowman. Right, he's now going to cast a spell. We're going for strength, which is a 14. 19, that's cast, and that gives +2 fight to my treasure hunter. Okay, in the creature phase, we've got the 2 rat fellas. The first one, we need to roll which door he's heading towards. He's heading towards this door, and the second one is heading towards the other door. So one's going left, one's going right. So this one's moving towards the left door. That's his 6. He can't see anybody, so he's going to move again. And the other one is going towards the other door. Now, when he gets there, he can't see either of the warbands, so he's going to carry on moving towards the door. Okay, so we're on to turn 2 now, so it's initiative to see who goes first. Okay, this time it's going to be me that goes first, then the alchemical monstrosity, and then it's going to be Harry. Okay, so Wizard Timothy is going to have his turn. On it, we are going to group activate, and I'm going to move this fella to the top of this ladder, going for the treasure. And I'm going to move this one. He's going to go up the ladder as well, so he's going to be just from the top, and then my wizard is going to move to here, and he's going to cast shield on the fella up there. So that is my roll of 10. 3, that's a fail, that's going to be 1 damage, and that's a failed cast. Right, so the monstrosity is going to take his activation. He can see Harry's warband, so he's going to head straight for him.
Here he comes.
He's going to end up somewhere there. Now his lashy tentacles are going to start attacking anybody who's nearby soon, so I think we're going to need to scatter.
Right, so I think I'm going to just take a pot shot at the monstrosity and then see what happens. So that is my ranger with his +2 shoot.
Yep.
Monstrosity.
Monstrosity's got +4, so the monstrosity is going to be the green dice.
Oh, and that should.
That 9 becomes a 11, which I don't think beats the monstrosity's armour. Okay. So an armour of 13, so that hasn't got through, unfortunately.
Okay, so since that didn't do anything, I think the best plan of action now is to run. So the man at arms,
Probably about right.
Yeah, he's just going to jump up the ladder, and he's got 4 inches of movement using both of his activations. So it's 4 inches to the top of the ladder, brings him just about there, so not quite in contact with the treasure.
Nice.
Okay, so these guys are actually going to move into this corner here, just to hide from the monstrosity. So it's just going to pop here, and they're cowering, hiding.
Which is fantastic, because if the monstrosity can't see any of us, which at the moment he can't, he's going to start heading back towards the doors, which gives us a bit of leeway, because the monstrosity is thick.
I think I'll try and cast a spell now, because I can, in the corner.
Okay, go for it.
So, now that he is certain, he's out of line of sight of the monstrosity, he's actually going to try and leap up to here. So we've been casting Leap.
Which is a 12.
It is a 12.
So we're trying to be 12 on the D20.
We do
13, fantastic. So He's going to jump.
He ignores all terrain that's less than 10 inches high, so he effectively moves through this wall diagonally. And he can sort of pop up
That
there.
wizard jumps high up in the air and lands on the wood.
There he is. So he's up there.
Hopefully he doesn't collapse.
Leaving the ranger behind.
Indeed. So we've already rolled in the creature phase for this rat, and he's going towards the other door now. So he's going to make a mad dash all the way back.
He's changed his mind.
So he's a very indecisive little ratty. That's 6, and that's 3. So he ends up just off camera there. Okay, and the second rat has rolled, and he's moving towards the door on the right as well. So I'm just going to move him. That's 3. That's 3. And a further 3.
If this isn't
What's
the
in
actual
there?
door, isn't the actual door.
Yeah.
We're in trouble, aren't we?
Just a bit, because everybody's congregating there. And as it's 2-player, we've got a new rat coming on.
Here he is.
He can see the Warband over here, and so he's going to move his full distance, which is going to be a 6 plus 3. So 1, 2, and the full 7.
Guarding that treasure nicely.
Fantastic. So we've got one of them coming for us at least. Right, so now it's turn 3 initiative. And green dice is me. So this time we've got Harry going first,
Yes.
then the Monstrosity, and then me. We just seem to be going backwards and forwards.
Right. Right, so the man-at-arms here, he's going to pick up this treasure.
That's the first treasure we've got.
That is the first treasure we've got, and he's going to be moving his 6 inches. So, sort of move 4 inches to here. And then you can move sort of 2 inches just to the top of this ladder. Start pegging it. My wizard's not actually going to do anything for the moment, he will be casting a spell. But I am going to move this ranger. So he's going to move. There's 4, 7.5, I believe we can go.
Yep. 10.5.
10.5 inches, yes, that's right. So move 5 to here, and actually move then 5 a bit back around there. So he's right there.
Still out of line of sight.
Still out of line of sight, right there. So now my wizard's going to cast a buff spell.
Okay.
So he's going to cast Shield on that man-at-arms, and he just needs a 10. And we don't get it.
Do you want to beef it for 2?
I'm going to beef it for 2, why not?
Okay.
So
that's gone off. Fantastic.
that's gone off. An experience for that, but he's dropped 2 health.
Now it's the Monstrosity's turn, so he's going to move his 5 inches towards a door. Let's just have a see which door that is. That's an 8, so it's going to be the door on the left, and this is going to make matters bad for us, I think. So he's moving 5.
He's able to
Puts
see
him
them.
there, and then he's moving 2.5, which puts him there, off camera. Okay, so this is where he's ended up, which as you can see is in line of sight of a lot of our guys up on here, so it's going to get intense in a minute.
We get dicey.
Okay, on Timothy the Wizard's turn, he's just going to do some group activation. Those guys are actually within 3 inches of each other, so I'm going to move my treasure hunter first to... he's at the top. Move him over to the side. The bowman was pretty much there anyway, so he's just going to move up to there. And the wizard is going to move to the top of the stairs, and he's going to cast strength on... No, he's going to cast shield on the bowman. So that's going to be a 10 or more. 2. So that's a fail. He takes another point of damage and fails to cast anything. Right, so for the second activation turn or action for my bowman, he's going to shoot down at this rat down here. Right, so the bowman has +2, the rat has 0, the green is the bowman, which is 11 to 8. That's a win, and that's going to kill it. Fantastic. Let's take that off the table.
Splat goes the rat. So, new rat has spawned in after the last one died. And now both rats are going to be able to see the warband, which is up there. So they're both moving sort of 7.5 inches towards them, which sort of holds them right here.
Oh, it's all going on.
So it's all ganging up, which is good.
Pictures.
So that's those 2 rats. So he is now moving towards the other door. So he does his first 6 inches because he couldn't see any of the guys in the warband. So he moves up to here. But now he's here, he can see a chappie up there. So he's actually going to start moving towards the other guys. So he's going to be moving 2.5 inches. So he's moving back there. So all joining in the middle with War's mates.
Okay, it's time for initiative again. So again, the green dice is Timothy. Oh, that's a 7. Okay, so this keeps happening. It's going to be Timothy first, i.e. me, then the Monstrosity, and then Harry's going to go after that. Right, so on my activation, it's going to be a group activation again with the 3 guys. The treasure hunter is actually going to stay where he is. And we're going to kill some rats, hopefully. We've got a crossbow on the wizard, and we've got a bow on the bowman, the archer. Right, so first we'll take the archer. That's a +2 to shoot. And the rat is +0. The rat gets 20. Sorry, did that off camera. And a 10, so that's nothing. Next we're going to do the wizard. He has a shooting of +0, so it's going to be a straight roll off, and that is, that's enough. So that's going to be 8, and the armour of the rat is only 6, so 8 versus 6 is 1 damage, and so that is a dead rat. Okay, so now it's Monstrosity's turn. He is here, and of course he can now see the fella up on top here. He's going to move his 5 inches, which will put him around about there. I measured this beforehand. And then he can move a further 1.5 inches from the top, which actually plonks him about there, up in that top building. So he's properly up in our faces. We're going to gang up on him and see what we can't do.
So preparing for the ensuing combat with this chappie, I'm just going to budge my wizard forward a little bit, just so he's sort of meeting and greeting. Oh no. He's not dropping it off.
He can snap an inch into combat, so
yes.
We'll put him about there. Yeah.
And then hopefully this means we can get all 3 of these guys in combat. And then he's going to be casting Shield on himself, just so he's got a little bit more of a chance.
Okay.
So I need a 10. And I don't get it, but I will stick it up with 1 of my health.
That's the 1.
I do get that.
Okay, so that's another spell off, and his wizard is now up to armour 12.
So onto my soldier phase. This chappie who is behind here is going to be moving 7 inches around. So sort of moving here. Sort of moved back here. So he's now there next to that treasure, but he's not going to pick up the treasure. Instead, he's going to shoot at this rat.
Okay, so green dice is going to be the rat.
Yep.
Rat is +0.
And +2. So get it.
Oh, 7, 20, or even 14. We don't even need to add anything
16,
up. That's
yeah,
a dead rat.
That's a dead rat. So my second soldier, my man-at-arms up here, with his treasure, he's going to run away from this bloodthirsty monstrosity, and he's going 3 inches down this ladder, and he's got another 4, and then so 4 to here, so he's ending up about here, near this treasure. He used all of his movement. So he is well and truly hidden.
Gathering up all the treasure.
Getting all the treasure because he's a greedy bugger. So that was my turn. So onto the creature phase. We've got this rat down here. He's just going to hop up here behind the monstrosity. Now the monstrosity is actually blocking him from moving onto the ladder, so he can't move in front of him, even though he could have with all his movement. And the second rat that spawned in, he's just going to hop his movement up to here, towards the guys up there. So they seem to just be spawning and chasing after those guys at the moment, which is kind of good, I guess.
And I think that's the only rats we've got, right?
Yeah, there's just 2 rats on the board now.
Fantastic, so on to the next turn. Okay, it's time to roll initiative again. And the green dice is me. Wow, so we're both going first, and then it's going to be the monstrosity. And of course, Harry is going before me.
Fantastic. So on to my turn first. We're just looking at wizard. He's not actually going to do anything, he's just going to stay put, but he is going to try and cast Shield. Strength, sorry. So that gives him +2 fight, and that's on a 14 for him. So needing a 14 or above.
Ooh,
17.
He's a beast.
He is a beast. So
right,
he
so
now has +2 fight.
She's got +2 fight and he's got +2 shield. We're really gearing up for this monster to attack us. Okay, so it's Wizard Timothy this time. He's group activating again with all three of these guys. He's going to move himself slightly there. Now, we don't want to charge this fella because he can wreck our faces, and we want to be able to basically group and gang up on him when he gets to this side. So we're doing a bit of a tactical wait, a little bit of a lure here. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to fire all my guys at him. So we've got the bowman first. It's going to be fight 4, and my bowman has got a shoot of 2. So that one there was my guy, because I'm always the green, so that's a fail. Now we're going to do the wizard. He's going to shoot his crossbow. So that is +0 against +4, so the green gets +0. 20. Fantastic. So that is a critical hit, and I'm going to have to look up the rules to see if this still wins, because this is 19 +4. That's going to be 23. Okay, so it turns out that critical hits automatically hit. Now that is a 20, which of course becomes 22 because of a crossbow, adding 2 to it, which becomes a lot.
44.
Becomes 44 against the armour of 13, and so that,
That's 21 damage.
celebrate, have a dance,
Yes.
is a dead monstrosity. Haha. So we don't need to worry about him anymore. He's gone. We can just mop up the rats, grab some treasure, and mosey on home. Fantastic. Okay, so that shakes up my turn a little bit. So the activations that we've had is these guys have shot. So what they're going to do is they're going to move out the way, knocking over another wizard. Move out the way, and the treasure hunter is going to come out, and he's going to move to there, and the rat is going to snap into base combat. And that is how I end my turn.
So now we're a little bit more confident. Just going to, first action, pick this up. So now he's got 2 treasures.
Money bags.
Money bags, that's right. And he's moving forward here to here. With all of his gold and shiny bits in tow.
Making a dash for the door.
So this guy here, he's going to basically pick up this treasure. And then he's just going to move to here. He's not going to move in quite in. Oh, got some crates over the way. He's not going to quite move in line of sight of this rat here, which you can just see in frame. Just so that next turn this rat is still running up here. That means that you should be able to make the dash for it.
Okay, so we're on to the creature phase. So we're going to do the movements first. My lovely assistant Harry will move them. So the rat at the bottom of the ladder is going to the top of the ladder.
He's basically just budging up here, making friends.
The rat there is going to move up to where that one was, ready to join the fray, and then finally the last rat is going to attack the treasure hunter, who is actually on a +6 fight at the moment. So the green dice is going to be my treasure hunter +6, the rat is +0. So the rat wins, of course. Mine becomes 6 +6, 12 against the 18. The 18 is just 18. Now my treasure hunter has an armour of 11, so he's going to take 7 damage. Ouch.
Ouch.
So he's now down to 5 health.
Who thought of doing that?
Yeah. Hopefully it goes better next turn. So that is the creature phase done. Right, so we're back around to initiative. Couldn't think of the word. Right, green dice for Wizard Timothy. Okay, so you can't see that off camera. That is an 8. So the monstrosity, who doesn't exist anymore, was going to go first there. Thank God he's dead. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to have Harry go first, then me. So that's the order of activation.
Right, so my wizard phase, Mr. Wizard here, he's going to try and teleport over to this door here. You can see it through ruins and such, and you can get in front of it. So that is casting a 12.
Yep.
And
that's a 9. Boost it for 3.
I'm going to boost it for 3, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to boost that for 3, so now he's down to 8 health.
8 health, yeah.
But that has popped him in front of the door. So he's in front of the door, and now we can figure out if this is the right door we're going through or not.
Yeah, there's a second activation. Second action, rather.
So on a 6+ is the right door, is that right?
15 plus is the right door.
So 15
Yeah,
plus is the right
15
door.
plus is the right door.
Oh, it's the wrong door.
It's not the right door!
That is the wrong door.
Okay, so for my wizard's activation, he's going to activate these two guys together. These the bowman and the wizard himself. First things first, I'm going to use the archer to shoot that rat down there. So the archer gets +2, the rat gets +0. The black is going to be the rat. That is a 5. It's to 4. The 5 puts it up to 7, which is enough to hurt it because the rat only has armour of 6. So that kills the rat. Fantastic. Okay, now we remove this rat. Goodbye. And the wizard is now going to try and teleport himself down to that piece of treasure over there. So, teleport is a 12. So let's see what we can do. That is an 18. Fantastic, finally I've got something off. So if you could pop me down by there. I know.
There he is.
And down by the treasure.
He's got his treasure.
Fantastic, and as a second action, I'm going to pick the piece of treasure up.
So my ranger, this chappie here with his treasure, he's just going to move out towards this little pillar here, turn him around, and then he's actually going to try and shoot this rat here, which craves.
Okay, so the green dice is going to be the rat.
Yep.
+0.
I've got +2, so I definitely win, and that's dead.
It's another dead rat. Fantastic. We'll just take that off the table.
So now my man-at-arms down here, he's going to just move.
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags, he's going to move basically 12 inches, 12 inches, bloody hell, 8 inches up to here, and then 10 inches up there, with all of his treasure.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fella, 2 inches, jump him down, knock the camera, and then a further 4 takes him to there, and I'm actually going to leave him down there to help the wizard. Next thing, the man-at-arms, sorry, the treasure hunter up here, with the last remaining rat, for this turn at least, he's going to bash him. So, +0 for the rat. The green dice is going to be the treasure hunter. He gets +6. Okay, finally. So that's a 16, which becomes 22, I think. Yeah, 22. That beats the rat. That rat is killed. So, the last rat has been demolished.
So another little ratty is spawned, and so if he moves his 6 closest, it sort of brings him here, which isn't like anywhere near combat. So he does move all the way up into contact with Timothy, but it just ends there. There's no fighting.
Right, so we're back around to initiative again. This might be the last turn. Okay, so Timmy the wizard is in combat now with the rat, and because the bowman is within 3 inches, I'm going to multi-activate them, or group activate rather, and they're both going to attack the rat. So we're going to take the wizard first. So the wizard Timothy is going to attack. The black dice is the rat. Because now he's got some backup, he's getting +4 to his fight. That's a 20.
I think the rat's dead.
Yep.
That's just a dead rat, really.
Yep. Didn't need the bowman's help, so that rat is now dead.
Dead rat.
Right. So now for the second action this turn. My wizard is going to move to over there, and the bowman is going to move his second movement, which is about 3 inches to about there. So we're making a mad dash for the door, and take his treasure with him.
Nearly got that. Remember your books.
Almost.
My wizard's being a greedy bastard. He's just going to move up here. As close as he can over there, and pick up this treasure.
Right, so my last soldier that hasn't activated this turn is going to move to the stairs, or the ladder, go down it for 3. That puts him at 5. 7 puts him about there, and then he's going to move the final 3. So dash around the table, which puts him just there. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't want a rat to come and take out my bowman. I want the treasure hunter in the rat's face.
Right, so Mr. Moneybags, as he's now affectionately known, my man at arms.
Forever known as.
I'm pretty sure, because these guys are pretty happy about themselves now, I'm pretty sure he's just going to dash his 9 inches, I believe, so he can pretty much come all the way over here, knock a lamppost over with his sacks of treasure swinging over his arm.
Scout for the door.
And then he's pretty much there. So this chappy here, he's just going to run over here, pick up this other treasure, and bring his other one with him.
The last piece of treasure.
The last piece of treasure. So we're currently looking at, if I get it off the board, 5 pieces of treasure under my command.
Versus my 1. And I've got fellas that are just going to have to fight off more rats on the way past.
Yeah, this is a team game.
Yes, team where I get nothing. Right then, we'll move on to the creature phase.
So everyone's favourite rat has entered the battlefield, and he is going straight for your treasure hunter. And
Ouch.
he's in combat, and then it's the second rat's activation attack.
Okay. Let's kick it. Again, the green dice is me. I'm getting +6. The rat's getting plus nothing. 3 and 3. The +6 takes me to brain work 9, which is enough to kill the rat. Fantastic.
Splat the rat.
Fantastic. Now it's a mad dash for the door.
It is.
Okay, we're back to initiative again. 3. 3. Roll again. Oh, rolling like a king.
He wins.
Okay, so Harry's Warband Quinn is going to go first, and then we've got Timothy and his guys.
So I'm now going to attempt to teleport my wizard, who's there, all the way to the other side of the map, which is there.
Back here.
So that is on a roll of a 12 to get that off. Oh, he gets it.
Fantastic.
Just. So he's going to move from there to there.
Taking his treasure with him.
Taking his treasure with him. Now he does still have his 1 activation, his movement, so he'll be moving up to the door. So he's basically just moved up to that door.
There we go. Right, so now it's my wizard's turn. He's not close enough to anybody to activate them, so I'm just going to go 2, 4, 6. I'm going to end up around about there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to end up around about there. Chilling out by the door with everybody else and their treasure. It's like a treasure convention or something.
Right, so in terms of this chap with all his money, he's not actually going to go to open the door because Mr. Wizard can do that next turn. So he's actually just going to come out here, his treasure to sort of move out of the way. And then this guy here is going to move his... He's going to move there. Move there. With all his money.
We're all congregating at the correct door.
So we're all there with our money, counting it all, whilst your poor 2 little guys are chilling.
Okay, so on my soldier turn, or soldier activation, we're going to move the archer to there, and then an inch. This guy moves 1 more inch than the other fella, so he ends up right behind him. They turn the corner and they see all the gold and treasure that they don't have.
We're off killing rats.
Yes.
What were you guys up to? It's like,
Sad times. So, we've figured out that when the rat comes through here, when he moves, he will actually come out here, which is not actually within any distance of my guys. which basically means that all of these guys, because the wizard's going to open the door on the first turn and go out, everybody is going to end up out of the door. So this is where we're ending it, basically.
Happy days.
Right, so this is Wizard Timothy Bizzledorn. One piece of treasure, one measly piece of treasure. Killed a lot of rats, but because we didn't get much treasure, we didn't get much experience, so we've only gone up one level. I've got 140 experience, that's one level, and I've chosen to up his shooting with that because he has the crossbow, so get a little bit of use out of that. Then we go on to his treasure, so one piece of treasure, rolling on the table, that's a number 10. That's going to be 20 gold coins and a scroll. Okay, so rolling on the scroll table, I've got a 15 and a 9, which means that I have got Elemental Ball.
So my 2 money bags managed to score me 5 bits of treasure, and then that, and I got 3 spells off, but I did only kill 2 rats. That got me 205 experience. That's put me to 2 levels, so I've put a +1 stat on my fight and a +1 stat on my health. So he's a bit more fighty and strong now. But now we'll look at what treasure I've got. So my first bit of treasure is a 1, which is 15 gold coins. And my second bit of treasure is an 8, which is 35 gold coins and a potion. Treasure 3, 14. That is 30 gold coins and a potion.
2 potions even.
2 potions. Treasure 4, 13. That did me? Yep. 20 gold coins and 2 potions. All the potions. Treasure 5. It's number 5. 40 gold coins.
40 gold. Wow, it's turning into a lot of coins. Let's find out what these potions were.
So potion number 1, that's a 10, which is an elixir of speed. Potion number 2, that is a 19.
Demon in a bottle.
A demon in a bottle.
That's
we like that,
cool.
don't we?
Yeah.
Potion number 3, a 20.
Restore life. Wow. Bring one of his guys back to life.
Let's put number 4. That's a 3, which is just a potion of healing.
Yeah, every little helps.
Every little helps. Potion number 5 is another potion of healing.
Right, so there we go. That was the game. So I think we know who came out better on this one.
Well, maybe.
Quinn and his boys.
Quinn and his boys gathering up all the loots.
Yeah. I didn't realise how much the treasure was worth in XP as well. So I was thinking I was going to come out of it with loads of XP but not much treasure. Turns out treasure equals XP, so you win one, you win the other, basically.
Yeah, treasure's worth so much. I mean, obviously that's the point of Frostgrave, isn't it? Is to get treasure. But even this Dark Alchemy was worth a lot less. I mean, I did roll incredibly well with potions. Got
That's true.
3 life and a demon.
You got the 2 best potions that you can get.
That's pretty good. But like you said, I was playing the riskier game of guys skirting around.
Yeah, I was keeping my guys together with the idea that I was going to rush the monster, because I learned in my last game there's just no way of avoiding it. Unless you've got push or something similar, you just can't avoid that git. And I was turtling up, we were getting ready, and then just between the eyes took him out in one shot.
I was just going, come on guys, we don't need to do this. Look there, where we go.
Which, to be honest, was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, well,
in all fronts.
You got a lot of experience with that.
Yeah, not all that much, just a little bit more than one piece of treasure. So.
It made me realise it's definitely worth the risk, because I obviously had, say, my ranger on that side of the board.
Yeah.
If the monster, if you guys got out of line of sight, the monster could start going towards him, and he could have died. But in terms of the treasure he was carrying, it was worth himself. So it's almost worth the risk of having guys go out to get the treasure. Because even if they get gibbed and you don't get them again, you know, it's worth it, because 50% of the time you're going to get the treasure, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to, especially, I think the next scenario doesn't have like one big baddie, so there's no reason for me to turtle up as much as I did in that game, so hopefully I can spread out a little bit more and have a chance of getting a bit more gold. I killed 7 rats, and all that was 35 experience.
Yeah.
7 rats! There was blood everywhere, and 35 experience.
You guys just came in at the end covered in rat blood.
Yeah,
No
that,
treasure.
and the fact that I couldn't cast a spell for toffee. I got 2 spells off and hurt myself 3 times, I think, in that game.
Well, I nearly killed myself casting my spells.
Well, yeah, you were really pushing them home, but I think if I'd have actually done that, I'd have killed myself in one cast of a spell.
True.
So it's better to get close than far away. So yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a great way of introducing new people to the game. I think Ash over in Gorilla Miniature Games, he basically said if you're playing a campaign and you're introducing a new member, it's well worth sitting down with them and actually getting them, even if it's just solo, to get them to play through this campaign solo with your help as a sort of tutorial, and it sets them up with gold experience. They've gained a few levels, got some newer soldiers, and then they can jump into your campaign with however many people are playing it, basically.
And it's good that it really pushes the story as well. Obviously, introducing our own story. But the huge thing, I mean, even when we played a couple of little games off camera a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And even just playing those, it pays like hugely to just add a little bit of story to it and a little bit of character to models and things like that. And suddenly you've got a fantastic, just a story just coming out in front of you.
Because it's such a simple game, you've got the time to add that sort of thing in. You're not just obsessing over rules the whole time. You've actually got the ability to think of what's happening and add it into a story. In terms of story, we've made it out of this level. Everyone survived. Nobody was taken down, so that was good. We didn't take that much damage, to be honest. Most of the damage, I think, was through casting spells.
Yeah.
We'd have been in a much worse situation if we hadn't just one-shotted the monstrosity, I think.
There'd have been a couple of grunts got wrecked.
Yeah, I think I would have lost 2 soldiers, potentially my wizard, if that happened.
I think the only thing that got hurt was your treasure hunter by the rat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he took a little bit of damage. Even though he was like crazy buffed by the wizard, so
that's another thing with
all
this
best
game.
plans.
One bad because we're on a D20. There's huge fluctuation with this. One bad roll, even if you've got the most incredible buffs in the world, one bad roll you can be completely out of it.
Yeah, or, so swingy.
Or you're completely out of favour, completely out of luck, and one amazing roll, get 20 and you're sorted.
Yeah, and you kill the monstrosity with an arrow.
With a little crossbow.
Yeah.
With no shoot.
I still think that should have been worth more experience than just 30.
You should have got skill points. Skill points, yeah.
Yeah.
For every natural 20 you roll.
Yeah. And I think I should have been getting rolling combos for the rats as well.
Yeah.
Double kill, triple kill, etc.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So we've escaped this sort of lower level of the warehouse. We've taken a couple of guys and we're making our way up to the next level, where I think things get a little bit crazy. There's a lot of fire involved, as far as I'm aware.
Lots of fiery things.
Fire and skeletons, and we're going to have a lot more heavy armoured enemies to go up against.
Yes.
So
we've got skeletons, fire things, pits, all sorts of crazy shenanigans.
And then we've got another level, and it'd be interesting to see what happens in the next game.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything we wanted to.
I think so. Just looking forward to playing the next one.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. The next video will be over on the Tabletop Banter channel. So subscribe to those guys. I'll put a link down in the description. We're trying to do a bit of a collaboration between the 2 channels. Maybe get these guys to edit one of these videos with my footage, because it'll be filmed here in the Blam Cave. I'm trying to get that coined as a phrase, the Blam Cave.
Blam Cave.
Yeah.
Get on the walls.
Exactly. So looking forward to doing that, and keep your eye out over there for that one. And looking forward to the story that it makes. Right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We've gone all the way over here.
Over there.
Yeah. You can even see the camera as well. Right. Keep up with me over on these things here, and Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Stay well, guys.